everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Marissa here. Thank you so much for tuning in. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this foundation on my face right here. It is my current foundation routine. Yeah, so all of the products that I use are pretty affordable. I mean, maybe there's like one or two that aren't, but I mean, like, well, they technically are, but most of the products that I use are from the drugstore. So if you guys do want to see how I achieve this foundation look on my face right now, then please keep on watching. Also, if you guys do like me and you do like this video and this channel, then please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And if you don't like me, then see ya. And if you are not already, then please subscribe to my channel down below. That would be super awesome, so you can get a chance to know me a little bit more and see more of my videos. So why not go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Without further ado, let's jump right on into this video. Hi again, guys. So I'm going to be starting off with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer right here. So I am just going to put a little bit of this on to my finger. Now I use this because I am super oily and I have a lot of pores. As I mentioned in my last video, I believe, I have a lot of pores right in this region. So I really need to fill in those pores or else I'm going to be looking kind of like I have a crater face almost. And I do get really oily. I have pretty oily skin. My skin is actually pretty combination, but in the T-zone area, just like a lot of other people, my skin does get super duper oily. So next thing I'm going to be taking is my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Whoop, slipped out of my hand. So I just spray a little bit of this primer water over the other primer I just applied. I like to use them both together to kind of just double up the, you know, the primer power. The next thing that I take on a day-to-day basis is my Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. This one is in the shade 02 Natural. So I really love this foundation. I don't know exactly how much it is. I think it's under $10. It might be 10 at the most. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like 10 to 13. I don't really remember. But I know that it is actually pretty darn affordable. I did get mine at CVS, I believe, and this foundation is honestly the most full coverage foundation that I found at the drugstore. Next, I normally use my It Cosmetics by Under Eye Concealer in the color Neutral Medium, so this one right here. Now, I just take this underneath my eyes, a little bit on my nose, on my chin, and in the middle of my eyebrows. Sometimes I take it above my lip just if I feel like I have kind of like a shadow or whatever, if you will. So I'm just going to be doing that. So I just blend it out with, well, I don't blend it all the way out with my fingers. I just kind of throw it on with my fingers. And then I'll blend it out with a Real Techniques sponge. So a little bit on my nose, chin area, in the middle of my brows. Taking my Real Techniques Beauty Blender, sponge, whatever you want to call it. Mine is not wet, mine is dry. You can use it however you want to. So putting concealer in these areas, for me, it just brightens up the areas. Now, if you have discoloration wherever, or pimples or, you know, blemishes, whatever, go ahead and feel free to put the concealer right on top of that. However, I just put it in general areas because I don't really have too much to cover, but I do want to lighten the center of my face and bring more attention there. So I'm going to be putting concealer all on the center of my face. So now that I have my concealer on and all blended out, I'm going to be taking my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette, this one right here, and I'm going to be using this banana shade right in here with just a little Real Techniques brush. I'm going to go back in with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, and I'm just going to try to take any of the foundation and concealer that kind of stuck to the under eye creases. I'm just gonna kind of blend them out so that way when I set with my powder, I don't have a bunch of creases underneath my eyes. So I'm gonna look up. To set my entire face, I'm going to be going in with my Covergirl Professional Loose Powder in the shade 115 Medium. Now the reason that I use two different powders for my under eye and all over my face is because I do want a brighter color to set all of my concealers, or all the concealer that I use, so that way anywhere I put concealer it stays bright, and then this color, which is the medium shade, will just set the rest of my face and kind of just be the same color as my skin. Now another product I use every single time I do my foundation is my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Kit. Now this kit is honestly, it's been beaten up really bad. As you guys can see, there is pretty much nothing left in the palettes or in the pans. So I'm going to be taking this shade right here. It's just this cool toned brown shade. Now this shade I use to carve out my cheekbones and kind of just give me a little bit of a shadow and contour everywhere, make my forehead a little bit smaller, my nose a little more contoured. For this step I use my Real Techniques contour brush, and I just go right underneath my cheekbone in circular motions. Now I take this under my lips just to give my lips a little bit of a bigger effect, make them look a little bit bigger, because my lips are like average, medium size, so I want them to look just a little bit bigger. Now taking my all-time favorite bronzer, this is the Milani Baked Bronzer in 05. Honestly guys, it looks like this. It's a little bit orange. I mean, if you guys don't really like an orange bronzer, then you probably won't like this, but this is personally my favorite bronzer ever, and I take it with the Morphe E51 brush, so just an angled a big fat angled brush. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of that and just putting it on my cheeks, on my forehead, a little bit on my chin, and blending it down my neck. Now I like to use this product just because I like to look a little bit more tan, so this is what I use to get that. Now I don't like to use a lot of self-tanner on my face, only a very, very small amount, so this bronzer really makes me match my tan a little bit more. A little bit on the nose, chin. And as you can see, it gives you like an instant tan. It's honestly the best bronzer I've ever tried, and it's super cheap. Now going in with my Morphe, what is this, 9N blush palette. It looks like this. Now normally I take, it kind of just depends how I feel on the day, but I'm going to be taking this one right here just because it reminds me of the NARS Orgasm Blush because it has a little bit of glitter inside of it. So I'm just going to take this, make a little bit of a smile and put it on the apple of my cheek and go back. I always take a little bit on the nose. I don't know why, it's just kind of like a personal preference sort of thing, but I just feel like it evens out all of the color on my face. The next step I'm going to be doing is taking my Anastasia Glow Kit, and this glow kit is Sun Dipped. I forgot they made a bunch of different glow kits. This is a Sun Dipped glow kit, and I'm going to be taking the color, or the shade Summer right here. It's kind of a champagne gold shade. Yeah, it kind of just depends every single day how I'm feeling with the highlight, because I don't really use like a specific highlight for every day. I just use whatever I feel like because I have so many highlights that I kind of want to just use them all. And I'm going to be taking my Mario Badescu Cucumber Water right here, spray the brush a little with the product already on the brush. Tap it off a little bit. Just just right above the cheekbone, a little bit on the forehead, bring it down the temple just a little bit so that way it's all kind of coordinating together. We're going to be putting just a little bit on the nose, right at the tip of the nose, and right down the bridge. And then we're also going to be putting a little bit right on the Cupid's bow. Now guys, to sharpen up my contour just a little bit, I'm going to be taking my professional, Covergirl Professional loose powder again, dipping into that, and just going right underneath my contour to bake. Now I'm going to set, oops, God, every time. I'm going to let my bake sit just a little bit, and I'm going to be taking my NYX Lingerie lip in the shade Exotic. Yeah, Exotic. So this one right here, I use it pretty often. Now I'm just gonna throw on my Avon Glazewear lip gloss in the shade Darling Pink. Gonna dust off the rest of my baking powder. Make sure all that is off. Cleans up my contour just a little bit. I am looking just the slightest bit powdery, so I am going to be taking my Mario Cucumber Water, and I'm going to be taking my Little Puff by Laura Geller. Now this is something that I totally swear by. These two mixed combination, like I've tried using my Real Technique sponge as a substitute for this little puff thing, but honestly I feel like the puff just works a little bit better. I don't know why. I think it's because it's like a cloth material, so it really soaks up all of the powders and the spray that you spray on your face. I just really love the finish that it gives you. So here's your final look, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this foundation, or my current foundation routine. Now it does switch up just a little bit. Like I said, every single day I use a different blush or a different highlighter, but this is kind of the gist of what I do every single day. I really hope you guys enjoyed and you guys learned something from this. So if you guys do like me, then please give this video a thumbs up. That would be great, and subscribe to my channel down below if you are not subscribed already. And that is it, guys. So I will see you all in my next video. Bye!